CVA's AccuraSeries, Agara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, let's go over now and do this week's Pictures of the Week. This week's Pictures of the Week being sponsored by our friends over at Flowers Deer Processing. Y'all can find them at 4550 Eatons Creek Road over in Nashville, Tennessee. Let them take care of all your processing needs. Get some of those snack sticks, maybe some of that smoked bologna, and I guarantee you can thank us for it later. And be sure to tell the Flowers family thank you for all they do for us here at the show as well. I guarantee you this weekend you're going to have to get in line down there, buddy, because everybody will want them snack sticks after opening morning. All right, here's some folks that's already got something made, I guarantee you. This is James Graves, and he got this deer. He and his sons, as a matter of fact, have had a great season so far. They've shared several pictures with us, but this is James's best yet.
That's
so
a nice
congratulations on that one. Great 10-pointer there in West Tennessee. All right, and here's J.D. Butler. And J.D. has been chasing this buck for a couple of years, and he said he finally got him thanks to that new lucky hat he's got on there.
Looks like a guy I've been seeing fishing my crappie
he's been fishing your spot, hasn't he?
I know. I'm glad he's been in the woods.
I bet now that he's got that buck, he's probably back over fishing your spot again. You better go over and run him out. Congratulations, J.D. All right, and here on the end, this is my buddy Casey Neighbors here, and Casey got this buck about a week ago now, and we're actually going to be able to share this hunt with you guys here in just a few weeks. He made a great show out of this for us, and he was after this buck in bow season, never could make it happen, and muzzleloader come around, and he slipped up, and Casey made it happen. So congratulations on that one. Y'all can send your pictures to us here, 474 James Robertson Parkway, or get them to me on Facebook or at the email there on the screen, and we'll share them here on the show just as soon as we can. All right, guys, well, welcome back to the studio. Again tonight, I'm joined by my buddy Randall, and we got him out of the woods just long enough, Dayton, to get him down here and talk a little bit about what's going on before he gets back in the woods here in the next few days. He's hunted 3 or 4 times this year so far. But guys, like I mentioned earlier, and my mama told me just a few minutes ago, she messaged me because we had talked about the deer, and she said her and Dad saw 15 on the interstate between Fairview and back to Wilson County this evening. But what's going on right now, guys? I mean, you know, we've talked over the last several weeks about different things. The bucks were splitting up, and you know, first it was all about food, and they were splitting up, then they were kind of checking things out, kind of checking does and cruising. But right now, Randall, what's going on right now for the most part?
Oh, they're running. I mean, they're locked up. They're with the does. The old bucks are.
That's right.
They the little ones are at the house this evening. You know, I took a video of that old big one this morning. He was still with her, you know, the last time I seen him. And then the little ones there are running the does. You know, that doe ain't going to stop.
Right. She's just running. She'll keep on running.
Oh, yeah. But if you go up, a lot of people are complaining now about not seeing many. It's because some old big bucks don't have to go too far. They don't have to go half a mile looking for a doe. But if they don't find one, as soon as they get through with her, and they might be there for 2 or 3 days with that doe. She'll stay in heat, I think, 3 days. As soon as he gets through with her, he's going looking for another one.
He'll move along. Now, the reason you're seeing so many in particular, like we said on the road, is it's that time of year that wherever she goes, he is going to go. So, yeah, I was talking to Dayton earlier, and we'll get into that in just a second. But, you know, I told him, I said, if she goes out there and lays in the middle of on the double yellow line out there in the middle of the road, he's going to go out there and lay beside her. It's just what's going on right now. So, and that's why you see even some places you'll see two deer will be run over at the same place or something. You really have to be careful this time of year with it. But Dayton, what you saw this morning, well, yesterday evening, this morning both, was a buck that has 100% certainly been locked down with a doe now for almost about at least 24 hours that you know of. But to explain just a little bit about what they're doing, what's going on right now.
My Jimbo's son-in-law Tyler said, hey man, this deer's been out in the field across the road yesterday just standing on the edge of the fence row. We don't know if it's sick or not. You know what I mean? He didn't really know. Yeah. So I ride up there and go to look and I seen it and I was like, yeah, he's acting up, he's weird. And I grunted at it and it's real alert. Well, right beside him 4 feet's a doe and you can't see her because she's just up in that stuff. But I mean, they're literally 3 foot off the road, and that old deer he was standing there. She laid down, he'd lay down, you could just see his old head nod off and his eyes just closed. You could just see him just panting. That old head would get flat on the ground and she would move a little bit. There he is, standing back up. But they didn't ever go anywhere for 24 hours now.
At least now. It's been at least 24 hours. Them deer haven't moved 20 yards.
No.
So that's what happens a lot of times, and Randall, you and I talked a lot about that this past weekend, but you hear people talking, well, I'm not seeing deer. I had this buck, all these bucks that were going crazy, 2 weeks ago, and now they're gone. I guess my neighbors done got him, or I guess but the fact is, he is very likely, and again, this is not across the board. No, not every buck is not locked up with a doe right this minute by any means, but for the most part, right now, the chances are an older mature buck is most likely locked up with a doe somewhere. Now, if they're on your property where they're accessible, it can be a great time to get after one. But if they're not, sometimes you just have to be patient, wait them out. But that is mainly what's going on right now. Is what we're seeing is this lockdown, what people call the lockdown. Go ahead, Randall.
They have to do it when it's time to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
The rut season, you hear people talk about, well, October the 29th.
Yeah.
That's when it starts. It's not, it's a season. It's just like you start seeing skunks run over on the road and possums. That's the rut season. That's when them old boys are thinking wrong. I don't know if their mama warned them about it like mine did me, but I didn't pay her no attention. It's crazy. But that's what they're doing, and they just running right out in front of trucks or anything. But like right now, this weekend, we saw 3 big bucks from one spot sitting right here in a pine thicket right on the side of the road. And he was just standing there watching that doe, all 3 of them were. So, and then after, like I say, after he gets through with her, he'll go find him another one. The little bucks are running them like crazy. They was back there behind the house this morning. That old buck couldn't hardly take care of his girlfriend there for watching.
That's why they're so wore out. Like I saw that buck, he's panting and he's wore out.
Just stand
it's
up
not
and go to sleep.
necessarily that she's just running 24 hours a day. It's that any buck that comes into that area, a lot of times, we hear about does getting them into trouble when it does, but what a lot of times puts a buck in front of me is another buck. Because he'll get too close to that one that's got that doe down there, and he is going to come off. He's going to run that buck off every time. But what happens is, by the end of the day, he's laying there panting and wore out.
And like we was talking, them deer can be a little dangerous. Those deer will come back to you if you get over there too close, because he's not going to run off.
They're not.
And like that one today, I mean, we got out a little bit. I got over there a little ways, and Tyler did, and the deer turned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they didn't just bolt out of there.
No, they never did run. No, they're just.
No, it's different, but that's definitely where they're at. And the young ones, like you described, Randall, they're still trying, so to speak. So they're going to run and run and run them.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of them.
But that's not really what you're looking for necessarily this time of year. When that old doe, like the one you're talking about from the other day, but when she comes out and she's acting skittish already, and she's alone, and she's quiet, she's walking around feeding, that's the one you better watch. If she just comes flying by you, not to say there's not a big one behind her, but most likely it's a buck just chasing her. She's running for her life.
If you see a doe right now by herself, with no phones with her, no other doe with her, nothing, and she's just walking and eating and looking up, and that old tail sticking up there about half mast, flicking every now and then. You can watch for her. But if there's a buck around there, he's not going to let her get far.
Right.
She walks plumb across the field. She might be going over to that pine thicket, to go in there with him.
Right.
But this is a good time right now.
And, something we talked about why everybody's killing good bucks was what the TWA done on the limits. Remember us coming down here, talking about everybody killing such nice deer now.
They're getting,
remember?
they're getting getting more and more quality-wise. We've come a long, long way with the quality, but like Randall said, there wouldn't even be a deer here if it wasn't for the work that they have done over the years, or a turkey, either one. You want to get into that matter,
right?
But no, that has come a long, long way as far as the quality of what we've seen and things like that. But we're gonna go over in just a second and do our product. But coming up next segment, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the ways that we have been able to be successful in this stage of the rut over the last few years. So we'll get into that in just a few minutes. Right now, let's go over and do this week's product of the week. This week's product of the week has been sponsored by Caney Fork Outdoors. Y'all can check them out at cfoutdoors.com or get off I-40 there at the Center Hill Dam exit. Go to the bottom of the hill, make a right, and you'll find them at the Big Rock Market. Go in there and let the Martin family take care of all your kayaking needs, and be sure to thank them for all they do for us here at the show. All right, guys, what I've got here tonight, this is the Apex Outdoor Challenge camera package setup right here. And y'all hear us talk about this a lot. You see the commercial run here a lot. It's wide open time right now, everybody to be out there that's involved in this, and to be out there trying to get their buck right now. It's a lot of fun. I've never been involved in any kind of a deer competition or anything, but they have found a way to make it fun for everybody. You don't have to have the best farm in the state or the biggest deer. It's a lot of fun for everybody. But y'all can check them out. Go to apexoutdoorrewards.com and get signed up. They'll send you a camera, a measuring package, everything that you need to get started. And hey, these next few weeks will be a great time to get you a deer and get it entered in there. So check them out and be sure to get signed up. We're going to get ready to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more Southern Woods and Waters.